Hi everybody, I'm back. I haven't been able to do any content for a couple weeks now because we were having some internet situations. But we are back and back online, and hopefully I can start doing these every day again because I really missed it. I really love interacting with you guys on the side and everything. So I am running this through a third party streaming restream, and I have the chat pulled up, but I do not have like the analytics or anything on it. And I don't even know if I'm doing that part correctly. So I have no idea if you're watching. You could try to click on the chat. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if I'll see it. I'm still figuring it all out. But I'm so excited to be back online, and I wanted to start with an adorable story time from right before the election when they were running for the election, this past election, that I think will get everyone in a great mood for your Saturday. And also further explain very clearly why nobody should ever ask me about anything political ever. Here, especially ever, just ever. Not even just because the last 3 years, I've had on these like, I don't know, psychological like mom blinders kind of. It's all consuming. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to courthousekidnapping.com. There's quite a bit of information there, and that website is updated. I need to update it because I haven't in a while, but pretty regularly. Anyway, so I have these blinders on, like the ones with the big ass horses outside the old brewery outside of Busch Gardens used to have. So those big horses they don't dart off. It's like that. All I could see is like my future, my kids' future. It's something for what happened to us to happen to a good parent is entirely all consuming, and that's fine because that's the way it absolutely should be. It's really cool. I found these videos and a way to be able to kind of move forward with not only my future, but with my plight for them and the future safety of everyone else's babies from being trafficked through our courts in Virginia Beach. courthousekidnapping.com. And that's a link that I never forget to add. Okay. Anyways, but so I live here, 3 dudes. We're all unrelated people. And they are far more into politics, especially the one. He is in the know. When I have political questions, I go to him. But the 3 of them, they're into it. And so I spend a lot of time in my room. I spend a lot of time in here with the dogs, doing my research, getting my stuff together, writing. I do a lot of writing. I have 3 books right now that I'm currently working on, and the Courthouse Kidnapping novel that's actually being resegmented into kind of a series. There's a lot going on. Anyways, so back before the elections, they were sitting in the living room, and I had come out of here to like grab a snack or something, whatever. And I like walked in the living room for a minute to just say hi and be social for a second. And I walk in, and they are watching the Republican National Convention, okay? Televised one. I walk in, and I don't know what's going on. I'm in here doing legal research. Like I said at the beginning, at the top of the video, I am tunnel vision Jamie right now. Like hell or high water when something happens to your kids, that's all you can see. And that's why you're their parent. It's your job to protect them against all of the predators of the world. And there are so many of them. The world is a dangerous place. But I walked in there and I see Trump sitting with, so I walk in and I was like, hey guys. And I didn't know what they were watching. And I was like, is this like some kind of Trump family dinner special or something? This is cool. And Josh was like, no. He was like, this is the Republican National Convention. And I was like, okay. Why is that little girl sitting on his lap? And Eric was like, that's his granddaughter, Jamie. And I was like, well, that wasn't my question. I would hope that she's related to him somehow. Otherwise, I have a whole bunch more questions. It's just got a lot weirder. So why is she there? Like, does she get a vote? She can't. That little girl can't be more than 6. So cute. Oh my God, that little girl stole the show too. She was so freaking cute. I was like, and the more I thought about it, so I'm just, this is why they don't ask me to like watch TV with them or anything like that. So I was sitting there and this little girl's sitting there. And did you see her making her hilarious faces? Like, she was just, she was adorable. She stole the show. But also, I wasn't in there for very long because I was giggling at the faces that she was making. So I chose to retreat back into my room and leave it to the men folk because I couldn't take it seriously. But so he goes, that's his granddaughter. And I was like, okay, why is she there? And I was like, is this like bring your grandbaby to work day? Like, I don't where. And then the more I thought about it, I just thought, where is this little girl's mama? And why is she letting grandpa use her baby as a human freaking shield right now? And then I said that I was like, you guys, he was just shot at like 2 weeks ago. Where is her mother? Why is she allowing this? And Eric goes, Jimmy, they're inside this time. And I was like, okay, well, newsflash, genius. Firearms still work the exact same way inside that they do outside. And to be fair, I do understand what he was saying, like the inside so it's safer, is more secluded. That was just the first thing that my sassy mouth came up with. And then so, the little girl's right there. And then I'm like, also, it is like 9:30 at night. Why isn't she like, I could not understand why he brought his granddaughter to work that day. What? She should be allowed to be in her bed. She's so cute. She should have been safe in her bed. Human shield. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't care if you're the president. If someone just tried to shoot you, you're not putting my kid on your lap. I don't freaking think so. Dad. Man, I hope it wasn't Ivanka. She's so pretty too. I really want Ivanka to be like, just so smart. Yeah, people are really upset. Actually, I don't think people are upset. I think people are entertained by there's something. What does that mean? I think people are entertained by Trump and Elon's little girl fight. And that seems intentional on their part, right? See, this is my problem with politics. I'm going to tell you right now. It seems to me, and even before all this stuff happened with the kids, like, and the whole sky just fell down. But it seems to me that, one, the structure of our government is not conducive to the size of our population in any way, shape, or form. There's too many of us to break anything down into two categories. Not only because, one, life doesn't work that way, black or white does exist, but there is also an entire spectrum of gray that heavily outshadows it all that can't be overlooked. So that's not going to work. When the Constitution was written, there was like 2 million people in the 13 colonies. Now, in the United States, we have like 340 million people or something like that. It's not going to work. And I don't know what the answer is. I'm not, that's not my intelligence branch to, you have more intelligent people to figure that out. I can see the problem. Don't ask me what the answer to that one is, because I don't know. I can answer solve smaller problems. But running a country, no way. I should never be allowed to do that. Elon, though, man, that is why he bought Twitter. It was because Elon gets his emotions. He just be tweeting. You don't care. I did a little research to try to figure it out. And apparently, the beef is that Trump's trying to pass this big, beautiful bill. I don't know what's in it, except for, and actually, maybe this was part of the game plan, because I have no idea. But this is socially interesting to everyone. Old, young. It's it's popular culture right now. It may not be music. It may not be art. But government is still in very, very much popular culture, because it's popular to our culture, obviously. But apparently in the bill, Trump was like saying that some about less money for electric vehicle manufacturers. I don't know. It's just like, when I think about, and this is going to sound crazy, it's probably going to piss a lot of people off, but that's okay. I'm kind of used to it at this point. When I think about these like rich, like politicians, and even the countries, like how Trump is with the tariffs, I'm back and back with the China and I just picture like grown babies pushing balls back and forth with each other, like, So, and here's another thing I don't understand about when we talk about green energy, none of the solutions seem very green at all. So Elon's pissed because Trump wants to cut funding in the big, beautiful bill for electronic vehicle, whatever, manufacturing, selling, I don't know, trade. And obviously, that's kind of Musk's thing. So he got all in his feelings and turned to his best friend that he bought, Twitter. Here's why electronic vehicles don't make any sense to me, and I could be wrong, okay? There's lots of times I could be wrong. There are certain things I know for a fact I'm not wrong, but there's lots of times I am wrong. And I'm telling you, up at the top of this, I am willingly ignorant about a lot of this shit. Also, I don't even have a car right now. So I don't have a name right now. Don't even get me started on that. But with electronic vehicles, okay, so it's electric, so it's supposed to burn less fossil fuels. It'd be better for the environment. But in the United States, isn't it true that most of our electricity comes from the burning of fossil fuels? So, no? I don't know. Let's ask Google. I just pulled it up. And the other thing is with electric vehicles, someone said, and once again, I don't know how true this is. Do your own research. But I have heard that once the battery is done in them, something about the battery, to replace the battery is just expensive as getting a whole new car. So they end up just throwing the car away and getting a brand new one. And then where do those cars go? Do they just sit in like car graveyards and in junkyards like we already have with the fossil burning? That's because that's the environment too. That seems very wasteful. Also, lithium mining is pretty sketch the way it's done. And once again, I'm pulling from my little bits of knowledge from little bits of what I've learned throughout my 40 years. But I feel like a car battery would have to have a lot of lithium. Are we taking that from the earth and then putting it into car graveyards? We have Mount Trashmore's filled with electronic cars. Because what if you had a chance? Okay, you had the opportunity to buy just the battery for your car that's 5, 6, 7, I don't know how long they last, however many years old, or a whole new car with a whole interior and a new car smell. Of course, you would get the new car, right? Here, let's see. We're gonna ask Google how much. No. Okay. What percentage of electric in U.S. is manufactured fossil fuels? Let's see. Google says in the United States, approximately 75% of energy production comes from fossil fuels, which includes coal, natural gas, petroleum. %. So the fossil fuels are making the electricity to run the electric cars. We're still pretty much burning the fossil fuels, and now we just have a whole bunch of new junk from the electric cars. Is that right or no? Solar energy is a good idea, but then what happens to those solar panels? Solar panels only last for so long, and then they go into dumps too, like landfills. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the answer. I am just Jamie. Just Jamie. You guys look. Can you see her? This is my girl. She keeps me strong. So, anyways, I'm so happy to be back. I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm still working on figuring out all of these little buttons. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. My strength comes from you. And you are beautiful and amazing. And I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend. And it's so pretty outside. If you are in Virginia Beach right now, get up, go outside. You don't need to live like a bat in a cave inside when it's this pretty out. Go outside, get some sun, drink a whole bunch of water, take your vitamins. And I will be back with you guys very soon. And thank you, as always, for supporting my content and being you.